Willie D Live.
What's up, family? DeCorleone Kashawn Robinson of Birmingham, Alabama, came home and found his woman in bed with another man and killed that man. For that, he was charged with murder. He was given a bond and released on bond, $150,000. So he put up at least $15,000 to get out. Give me a thumbs up if you think he was well within his right. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, he shouldn't have done that. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. Listen, fam. Dude got his bond, and the first thing he did was not go home and hug his family. He went straight to the internet. Went to the internet and started talking like he was some type of damn therapist. Like he was some type of domestic abuse therapist. These are some of the mentions that he delivered on social media today. I knew it, but I didn't believe it. Let's stop right there. So you knew your woman was messing over you, but you didn't believe it. You didn't want to believe it. That's what he said. I didn't want to believe it. Okay. So that means that you had time to really think about it. You knew you didn't have a woman, you didn't have a lady. You had a hoe at the house. You knew she was a hoe. And you still stayed with her. You knew, but you was in denial the whole time. I'm sure she's done a whole lot more. Any woman that would have sex inside of her own house with another man, not only does she not respect you, she don't give a damn one way or the other if she gets caught. She probably wants you to catch her so that you can crash out. And you walk right into the trap, you big dummy. He also said, don't no N-word want to believe that B-I-T-C-H is effing around on them. Okay, tell me something I don't know. He said, it's some S-H-I-T you just don't do. You're right, it's some things you just don't do. And killing your woman or a woman because another man is blowing her back out is not something that you do. Because I'm going to tell you something, fam. I bet you if they took a poll right now, most of the men who are in agreement with his actions would step out with a married woman themselves. And many of them would actually do it in that woman's house where she lives with her man. That's right, I said it and I know I'm right. You can try to act like I'm not right, but I know I'm right. I had a song back in the day called Clean Up Man. In one part of the Clean Up Man song, I talked about how some men tend to become complacent after they've been with a woman for a while, especially married to a woman. And in that song, I said, he starts hanging out late with his friends. Yeah, that's when I come in, but not to his house, because that ain't nothing but a slaughter. We go to my house to get a room at the Ramada. You see, all you gotta do is listen to the music, man, and the game is in it. You do not go to another man's house under any circumstances to have sexual relations with his woman. It's really not wise to mess with a married woman, but if you're gonna do it, you don't do it in his house. That is the ultimate disrespect. And it could cause the most rational guy to flip. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying. Now, here's something we gotta be careful about. There are some dudes, when things like this happen, they're quick to hop into the comments and start making excuses for guys like this. Well, man, people get emotional, man. You can't be playing with people's feelings, and all of that's true, but Yeah, you gotta watch dudes who talk like that. You really gotta watch them, because a lot of times they are living vicariously through the shooter. Kind of like when you see racist stuff happening and people always got an excuse for the racist. They always got some type of empathy for him. Yeah, the school shooters, they always got empathy for him. They always figure out some type of way to try to humanize him. Yeah, you gotta watch out for them, because what they're doing is projecting. Yeah. Anyway, fam, I also made a song called Let a Hoe Be a Hoe. Some of y'all just don't get it. You're never gonna get it. In that song, I talked about how, you know what you got, you know what you're dealing with, and you still gonna crash out. Do you understand how many men out here we're walking on right now because they could not let a hoe be a hoe? Do you know how many men are in prison right now because of that? How many men who just bonded out of prison and has a court date pending have no idea what the future holds for them, because now they've given the decision to the courts. They're going to go into that courtroom begging, hoping, praying for mercy from people who were hired to not show them mercy. I'm not saying it would have been the easiest thing to do right then, but long term, the easiest thing at that moment would have been to turn around and get up out of there. I mean, get up out of there fast. Because apparently they both deserved each other. You know, she was stepping out on him, and he was stepping out on his wife. I want y'all to check out what Demetrius is the guy who was killed. Demetrius Beverly. That was the coach. He was a father, a husband, and an assistant football coach at Parker High School. Check out what his daddy said about him. This is the guy who was busting some other dude's wife down, or woman down, the married dude. This is what his daddy said about him. He was a loving, caring father, brother, son, husband. He was a good guy. I don't know about all the other stuff, but at least you might make an argument about the loving father, but the loving husband? What loving husband you know that steps out on his wife and, have sexual encounters with other women? Somebody's delusional. There's enough L's to go around in this case. I mean, all the way around and back around again and back around again and back around again. The woman was out of pocket. The coach was out of pocket. The shooter was out of pocket. They also say he hit him with a machine gun. They said that it was what they call a machine gun conversion. Yeah, hit him up. All of them was wrong. All of them were wrong. And what happens, fam? Who suffers the most? Once again, the children suffer the most. And this is a reminder that when these children, someday they're gonna grow up and, they might be okay, but the trauma may last forever. The void that they have for their father's absence might last forever. The one thing that I do agree with that Goofy said in the video that he posted on social media, don't think it can't happen to you. It could happen to anybody. Rich, poor, celebrity, regular, handsome, okay. You dig what I'm saying, fam? It doesn't matter. Anybody can get cheated on. And here's the thing that you have to remember, fam. It has more to do with the cheater than it does you. It says more about the cheater than it says about you. Because at the end of the day, we're all responsible for our own actions. Yeah, somebody did you wrong, they wasn't supposed to do that, but you're still going to be held accountable for how you respond to their actions. So the way I see it, and I know it's easier said than done, but the way I see it, dude looked at a blessing and he counted it as a burden, because what he should have done is say, you know what? You two deserve each other. I'm out. Take the L. Sometimes you got to take the L today so that you can get the W tomorrow. No more talk.